Good morning. Today is such an exciting day. We are going houseboating. So I stayed up till like 1 unpacking. So everything I packed up last night is here by the fireplace. And with Luna, there's a lot of stuff you need to bring.
I have this many bungees.
Excellent. We don't even need that many.
Do you think the giant ones? Do you think the regular ones?
Giant ones and a couple regulars. Good morning. Off on an adventure.
Look at this kid. Fingers are better than pacifiers.
Alright, get it. Let's get this car packed. Welcome to our little houseboat. We'll do a quick tour right before we start unloading all of our stuff. As you enter onto the deck, it's actually a wraparound deck. You enter into the main salon, also the helm of the boat. A couch, which is also one of the beds. A little bathroom with a shower and a toilet and a sink. Lots of storage everywhere. And walking through the kitchen and a fridge. And then we enter the second bedroom, which is the dinette and the other couch. The back deck. Oh, and the barbecue on the front. What do you think, Luna? Oh, oh. How does she drive, Captain?
Pretty steady. Like a 40-year-old pontoon. Alright, Luna, ready to meet your first sea monster?
That is very cool, actually.
Yeah, it's quite slippery. That's why I just put these in 4x4. It gives me extra grip on the ankle. Would not have made that in 2x4.
Well, Luna, how was your first night's sleep on a boat?
She actually slept pretty well.
She probably slept like 6 hours straight. Yeah. Rockstar child.
Well, here we are, morning one. Beautiful night of sleep. I think it only rained like twice, but we were smart and we took everything inside just before the rain started. And then the rain started and we were very pleased with ourselves. The island's really pretty. A little ranger station, there are picnic tables, like the one I'm sitting at. This one takes like inside outside to a whole new level, given that it's actually in the water. We had supper out here last night and it was really special. There are a number of boats out as well. There's easily 20 boats around this island, either tied up on the docks or anchored here in the shelter between the little islands behind me. There's a big osprey nest just right up there. You might be able to pick them up on the microphone, I'm not sure, but they've been chirping since the sun came up. I wish we would have come down to the Thousand Islands sooner. Just a dish maid in the galley.
Dish maiden.
I'm a dish maiden. We had these incredible Cracker Barrel pancakes for breakfast, which were so good.
And what's on for the day?
Definitely swimming, because it's already getting quite hot. And then we'll go for an exploration, try and find another island and see how far we can go.
We're on the move again, and we are going
3.7 knots from Beaurivage Island down to Boldt Island.
How long will it take us?
20-30 minutes. We're not going fast. She was steering for a minute.
Yeah. We're back on water to our next destination, which will be to another island closer to Boldt Castle, which is tomorrow's destination. So yeah, maybe somewhere where we can have a little bonfire, make some s'mores. Hello, welcome to my show. The Thousand Islands is so cool. There are, Calvin is mouthing, there are thousands of islands. Well, sure, but there are a dozen Parks Canada islands. All of them have somewhere to park your boat, docks, mooring cans, or you can just anchor. And there's some campsites on them. There's little fire pits. The water is so clear here, and even though it's a really giant river, the water is warm. Warm enough that yesterday when we were in the little bay, we actually brought Luna into the water.
Yeah, it's a lantern. This is the Thousand Islands International Bridge that we passed underneath. It's a border crossing that we've driven on before but never boated through.
The shuffle to a swim. How is it?
Very nice. Come here, child. Unsure, unsure, unsure. Not upset though. Is she making the littlest face?
She's making a face.
Here, you can sit on the noodle.
It's the mommy monster. Doesn't hate it. Is the water extra tasty?
Let me clean up her little goobers. And we laughed. And we sang. And we danced. And had a really, really, really good time.
Family, how was day 2 of houseboating?
Pretty sweet. We made some good distance. Stopped in a few spots to swim. Overall, give it a 5 out of 7.
Location that we stayed at overnight is kind of funny. In December, when Calvin and I drove to Florida, we actually crossed into the US right here, a big bridge over us, and I remember looking down at the water, and the water was so turquoise blue, and I said, wow, that looks so inviting, just like the Caribbean. And Calvin said, well, it's that clear blue because it's probably really cold. Kind of coincidentally, here we are, not only boating here, but actually having camped. right underneath the bridge that we drove on the islands that I pointed to when we drove by. And it's really beautiful. And we had some boat neighbors on the dock just across the little piece of land, but they went to bed before us and they were super quiet overnight. So it was a very peaceful place to sleep. And now I'm just going for a little walk around the island. Really cool here. Like a whole other world with all these islands with trails and outhouses and fire pits that you can just dock at and use for the day, for the night, for the week. I wish we'd known about this place sooner. Anyway, that's a really large squirrel, almost like a tiny bear. Hey, it's coming towards me. What is that? That is not a squirrel. I'll have Calvin answer that question later. But today, the plan is to get to Boldt Castle. So I think we have about another maybe hour of motoring to get there. It's supposed to maybe thunderstorm a little, so honestly that might be an ideal time to be inside of a castle and not on a boat. And then we will head back, get an island a little bit past here, and then tomorrow we can leisurely putter back all the way to the starting point. Meanwhile, in the cabin. Upon discussion with the fam, it has been determined that the animal I saw this morning is a mink. So there's one right here. Super cool. I've never seen one in real life except for on a coat. There's also swans all over the place here, which is super cool. This guy's just been hanging out here all morning, dunking his head in the water, fishing and pulling up some seaweed. What's the swan doing?
The swan's out there cutting the grass for us.
Tell us what we're doing.
It's bathing day with the fishies.
There is a shower on the boat, but this is just much more fun.
So much more fun. Oh, wow, that feels good.
Woo! That's great.
Feeling alive.
Yeah.
Gotta wipe off all the bug spray.
Bye-bye, island.
Go be my eyes back in the
Where are we off to today, Captain?
First to the gas station to collect gas and ice, then to the Boldt Castle to collect castles of Boldt, and then to Freedom. Actually, Boldt Castle is in Freedom.
And then we will pick another island to stay at for the night and go swimming.
Look at how clear the water is. It's incredible. So nice.
I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the water is extremely clear and warm. So we're currently passing a really big boat. Oh, look at the wave. And that's what happens when big wake comes.
I mean, someone could obviously just like rip it, but
We're going to get ice cream.
how's she look?
So stylish. So we've now stopped at the Rockport Dockside shopping center for some gas and ice, and we saw that they have ice cream. So we just locked up the boat and we're all walking over to the ice cream store. Luna's already drooled all over her Bjorn.
Thank you.
She is not interested at all.
What'd you get?
Blueberries and cherries.
Ooh, I got butterscotch ripple and pralines and cream. Ice cream cheers?
Ice cream cheers. Seems that we had some wake while we were gone.
And now, on to Boldt Castle. We just realized that we need to check into the US, so Calvin is figuring out the CBP Rome app, hoping that we can do everything online, which would be pretty cool. Not have to deal with any customs people. The life, huh?
Rocking chairs on the front porch, except the front porch is a driving on the water.
And we are being chauffeured.
Yeah, that's the important part, is to have someone drive for you.
Trying to tie up in there. It was a little windy and a little hectic, but Calvin can do it. You got this, Captain. Thank you.
Just have some longer ones too.
Okay. I'm gonna tie it off here. Okay. Good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have arrived and docked at Boldt Castle. It seems like all the other boats are leaving right now. It's like 2 o'clock and I think it closes at 4 or 5. So honestly, this is working out really well for us. Calvin's umbrella just turned inside out. We've already checked into the customs and this should be a breeze to get in.
A real breeze.
There's quite the breeze right now. And then we can walk around a bit. Calvin, tell us where we are.
This is the billiards room. That's a muskie.
That's the kind of fish that takes kids' arms off.
They do. We have a muskie head on our shelf.
Ours is named Owen, after our friend Owen.
This is a 20-person table. That's ridiculous.
I don't even have that many friends. Woo! This is something. To the cellar. Even the cellar has like 16-foot ceilings. Oh, it just keeps going. What? This is amazing. And now for our favorite part, the shop. When I first came to Canada when I was like 9 or 10, I remember my parents bringing me on a boat cruise here to Boldt Island. And I remember being out on a balcony, that's my only vivid memory, overlooking the river, and I think I just found it. So Calvin and Luna, what did you think of Boldt Castle?
Incredible, really. It seems crazy that such a big ornate place fell into disrepair, but I guess that happens to castles. They're super expensive to maintain, I'm sure.
And I'm pretty sure Mr. Boldt built this for his wife, who he loved very much, but then she passed away, I think before it was even finished.
Said, I read inside, he abandoned it when she died abruptly at the age of 45, and then he carried on working on his other Thousand Islands projects and hotels and resorts.
That makes sense. And would you build me a castle like this?
I would make the undertaking. Here we are at Endymion Island. I'm just going out for a little walk this morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like walking through a fairy tale. Fancy 2-story outhouse. Don't want to be the guy on the bottom floor. Very cool. Actually, the whole Thousand Islands Parks program by Parks Canada, it's a really sweet endeavor. They've got these really nicely set up docks, outhouses, garbage stations, all done on an honor system. So you can buy like an annual pass in order to have full access to everything. Or you just show up for the night, or however long as you want, and pay your nightly fee of $30 or $40. Drop the money, either cash or check, into a little drop box.
We just had breakfast, and this morning we have a special treat of Calvin making
Stovetop s'mores, but they're Canadian. They're maple s'mores.
It's actually working pretty well, and it smells really good in here now. How did it go, Calvin?
Pretty good.
Ooh. Wow, look at that.
The marshmallow is really marshmallowed up.
Review of the maple marshmallow.
That's a good touch.
We just left Endymion Island, where we stayed this nice evening. We're now headed back towards the starting point. We have to return the boat tomorrow morning. So we're just gonna drive for 1 hour today to the same island that we stayed on the first night, Beaurivage, because it was our favorite and it's really close to the marina for tomorrow. And then we're gonna park and we're gonna spend the rest of the afternoon just chilling, playing some games, maybe going for a swim if the sun comes out to play. Nice, easy day today. We've arrived at our destination for the night on Beaurivage Island. So we just docked up. We're alone at our dock, which is nice. Maybe we won't have neighbors tonight. There's a nice picnic table right behind me and a fire pit a little further up, so we're gonna finally make some s'mores. And Calvin's just feeding Luna before we hopefully go for a swim. Also feeding himself some cherries.
We got some good cherries. They're delicious.
The ride over just now took us through the big wide open channel, and it was pretty windy and there was swell. Water was coming over the deck of the boat. When I was out there, my feet and legs got soaked, and we were sloshing around from side to side quite a bit, so it was, as Calvin calls it,
sporty.
we are now going for what is probably our last swim of the trip.
Say it. But also exciting. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Woo! Did I splash you?
A little. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah? What are you guys talking about?
See how special these leaves are? She cannot even.
Look at this sunset.
The wind keeps blowing it up.
Wow. Well, we just had our last dinner of our houseboating trip and it was delicious. Some bang bang tofu bowls. And our dreams to have s'mores made on a campfire are dead because you might see the wind blowing in my hair. Pretty extreme. But we did make s'mores on the stove inside today, on the gas stove, so maybe we'll do that again. All in all, a great day. And we're off.
And we're off.
Follow that houseboat.
We're going that way.
Oh, don't follow that.
Yeah. I think we gotta follow that houseboat.
You can go further down. Really? I don't. Oh, maybe not.
Here we go. Good work, Captain. Got
Well
us home
done.
safely.
Skippy.
Job, Captain, yeah.